The ActionSA court case against the eThekwini Municipality has been postponed today until April. This, of course, is linked to continued sewage problems in and around Durban. Most of the respondents did not file answering affidavits despite being given a deadline. Sewage, of course, has been flowing into rivers and the sea since last year's devastating floods. Beaches have had to be closed over fears of high levels of E. coli in the water. eNCA's Lethiwe Mdluli following that story, joining us now for more. So, of course, this is a running story. I mean, in the run-up to the festive season in December last year, beaches were open, then they were closed, then they were open, then they were closed. And to a certain extent, you know, there's not a lot, it seems, the municipality can do because of the devastation of the floods. But nonetheless, ActionSA is saying there is more to it than this. Talk to us about the court case that they're bringing, and why the matter was postponed today.
Well, Sally, ActionSA and the ABC are saying that this has been an ongoing issue since before the floods. And we had a chance to speak to the ABC president, Philani Mavundla, who, remember, was the deputy mayor for some time, and he was removed from his position in December. He's been saying that he's going to be revealing more information on how the city is failing residents. And today we saw him joining hands with ActionSA and taking this matter to court. This was the first day where this matter was being heard, and of course it was postponed due to the fact that the municipality, along with various departments, including COCTA, the Department of Tourism and the Department of Water and Sanitation, they failed to file answering affidavits. This matter has been in court since November, and they were given this much time to file those papers, but unfortunately they could not. And now they've been given a deadline, then they have to file before the 31st of March. And we are going to be going back to court on the 3rd of April. And this is where this matter is going to begin. But outside court, we did hear from the advocate that is representing ActionSA that they've also asked for mediation. That would be the departments that are being sued by ActionSA, and they have said that they do not want any mediation, and they just want to take this matter to court because they do believe that the municipality and this department have failed residents and they have been stalling in fixing the infrastructure. But when the advocate was actually explaining what happened in court today, this is what she had to say.
First respondent being the Minister of Tourism, as well as the Minister of COCTA, the MEC for COCTA, and the municipality itself, being the 7th and 8th respondents, have failed to file answering affidavits in this matter. In those circumstances, the matter really was hindered from proceeding. They have now said to us that they would like to mediate, and they served a notice on us to do so. We are not confident that that process will be of any use. I think the time for talking had ended prior to us issuing the papers. Be that as it may, the court felt that it is appropriate to give them another 31 days to do so. We have obtained a further date on the 3rd of April. Should they again fail to file answering affidavits, the matter will then, we will apply for a preferential date so that the matter can be heard on the opposed date. We are trying to escalate this. Ordinarily that would be sometime next year, but we have been given leave by the court to ask for a preferential date should they again fail to file papers and disregard the rules of court.
All right, so that's the lawyer for ActionSA explaining what's happening in court and the delays, etc. But you've also spoken to ActionSA's Mncwango, and of course we've spoken to Zwakele, and he's been really on the front foot about the sewage problems in and around Durban. What did he say to you today?
Well, Mncwango basically is saying that the city has failed residents, and they are also putting the lives of the residents at risk because a lot of the residents wanted to go to the beaches. Some of them actually did go, and they are saying that this is putting the lives of residents at risk. He is also mentioning that when it comes to funds, the municipality has not spent all the funds that are meant to be improving this infrastructure, and it is working against the residents of eThekwini. He's also joined hands with ABC President Philani Mavundla, like I mentioned. And the reasoning behind this is because Mncwango is saying that Mavundla is aware of what is happening inside the municipality, and they are saying that right now they feel that the municipality does not want to answer as to why they're failing to upgrade the infrastructure and deal with the sewage leaks across the city. And they are saying that they have these papers that they're going to be using as proof in court to show how the city is failing their residents. In speaking to them outside court today, Mncwango did also mention that the AG reports did find that the municipality failed to use all the funds that were allocated for infrastructure, which means that they're not doing their jobs or they might be misappropriating funds. Those are some of the allegations that they've put out there. Mavundla also did say that a lot of people are earning big money at the municipality and they're not doing their jobs, which means that the mayor has to look into it, and there should be an investigation as to why it's taking so long for the municipality to upgrade infrastructure. We also did visit a few places in Umlazi where we saw the leaking pipes that are still not fixed. And the pipe that I went to specifically has been flowing and from April last year, right after the floods. But Mavundla is saying that this has been an ongoing problem since before the floods, and he is saying that the municipality needs to look into this. But when we spoke to Zoele Mncwango a bit earlier on outside the Durban High Court, this is what he had to say.
We are disappointed that eThekwini Municipality have again showed disregard of our laws. We filed our court papers on the 21st of November last year, and we've given them enough time to file their affidavits, and they failed to do so. And we're expecting that by this time they would have done so. We've given them extensions after extensions, but they still failed to file their answering affidavits. And today they come to court unprepared. They're still asking for mediation. And as ActionSA, we are simply saying, as the judge has said, look, she doesn't see anything wrong if we want to engage. We said we can engage with them, but you don't want to agree on mediation, because mediation have no binding, it doesn't bind anyone or on any decision. So we are saying the matter must be heard by a court of law, and we are now happy that the judge have actually forced the city to respond and do affidavit by the 31st of March, and then obviously the matter will be heard on the 3rd of April. But if they don't file affidavits, if they do, then we'll have to do our replies as ActionSA by June, and then at least now the order allow us as ActionSA, our senior counsel, to actually apply for a specific date from a senior civil judge. So we are happy with the process today, but also disappointed with the arrogance shown by eThekwini Municipality and the Minister of Tourism, Lethiwe Mdluli.
I mean, it's now been over 2 months since Christmas when we were seeing that there were a number of beaches still closed and there were these ebbing and flowing E. coli levels. What is the current situation on Durban beaches? Has the issue largely resolved itself? Have those pump stations been fixed and repaired yet?
Well, Sally, we do understand that most of the beaches that were affected back during the holiday season have been reopened. There was a problem with the Mncwango beach, which we do understand that in January had to be closed for some time because the E. coli levels there were increasing. But we do understand that that beach has been opened once again. But with the pump stations, we spoke to Mavundla about what he knows regarding the fixing of that infrastructure. And he is saying that out of 27 pump stations across the city, only 17 are properly working. And he's also saying that 24 of these pump stations do not have licenses. And most of them have to have, or all of them rather, have to have licenses. So these are some of the things that they're going to be bringing in when the matter sits in court on the 3rd of April, where they'll be elaborating further on how the city has failed to upgrade the infrastructure and also failed residents. So these are some of the facts that we got from the APC president, because he was the chairperson of that committee that sits there at the municipality, and he was involved with upgrading the infrastructure, which he says he tried for the year that he was the chairperson for that committee, but unfortunately he could not do anything because of the funds being withheld and the processes that they had to go through within the municipality. So there's a lot of allegations in terms of what the municipality is not doing and how they are not using the funds that are allocated to them to actually help with the infrastructure damages across the city.
Well, thank you so much for that update. That, of course, is eNCA reporter Lethiwe Mdluli in Durban.